I'm Brandon Lang, and this is your Wednesday edition of My 2 Cents. And we'll get to your free pick winner in just a moment on the Philadelphia 76ers rolling into Washington to take on the Wizards. We'll have it for you in just a second. So good to get on the board last night with a big one. A 75-dime money move number 2 in a row cashes the ticket with the Miami Hurricanes plus the 1 over Tempo, getting it done late, 60-57. Now, you know, going into that game last night, it was 75-dime release number 2 in a row because it was just last Saturday. I give you a 75-dime winner on Notre Dame plus the 11 over Kentucky, and that double-digit underdog almost won the game outright. So I sat back, waited for the right number, and I got it. When I looked at the Miami Temple matchup, I said, please make the Miami Hurricanes an underdog, and they would be 75-dime winner number 2 in a row, and they were most certainly just that. Fact of the matter is, the ACC getting points from an inferior conference has been money in the bank. Louisville getting 2 from Northern Iowa in the Big Dance tournament. Not enough? Notre Dame getting 2 from Wichita State in the Big Dance. And then, of course, last night, Miami of Florida, the ACC, getting points from Temple. So with 75 dimes, a net profit to start off the week in what I have deemed a very important week. We come back down with a 20-dimer tonight as we look to build a bankroll near 100 dimes for the week and get ready to put up a phenomenal week. Because like I've been saying, it has been around this time frame when I won the run on all runs and it ignited a monster winning streak. Starting the week off with 75-dime winner number 2 in a row, we'll do that. And now we cash this 20-dimer tonight. 2 straight winning days inside the week. And let's start to build the way we built it last year as well. All right, get to your free pick winner in just a moment. My 2 cents. I got into a debate the other day with somebody who was trying to say, what was the greatest team in NFL history? Some say it was the Miami Dolphins because they went undefeated, and no team has been able to do that since those 72 Dolphins. By record, they do have the only perfect season. By team, they're not even close. Some will say the Patriot team that went 18-1 but lost in the Super Bowl to the Giants on paper is the greatest team ever. Some will say the 85 Bears with that defense is the greatest team ever. I looked that man straight in the eye and said, you want to know what the greatest team in NFL history was? It was the 1984 San Francisco 49ers. You see, the Niners' average margin of victory that year was over 17 points a game. They went 15-1 in the regular season, rolled through the playoffs, and won the Super Bowl. But the game they lost was at home in October to the Pittsburgh Steelers. A game they led 17-10 in the fourth quarter, only to see Mark Malone take the Steelers on a drive to tie it up 17. And then late fourth quarter, Montana threw a pick to set up a field goal, made it 20-17. Montana then marches the Niners down, and with less than 5 seconds on the clock, Ray Wersching comes in for a 37-yard chip shot field goal to force overtime. And most certainly, that game goes to overtime, the Niners win that ball game. He consequently misses, they lose the game, and they go undefeated the rest of the way. In the playoffs, they knock off Bill Parcells and the Giants 21-10. Next week, they shut out the Bears 23-0, and they go to the Super Bowl and beat Dan Marino 38-16. Let me know that the Bears team that they beat 23-0 in 1984, they turn around and went 15-1 the next year with what some seem to call the greatest defense in NFL history. That defense got lit up by Joe Montana for 23 points that led to the Super Bowl win. Joe Montana, Dwight Clark, Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Bill Walsh, Ronnie Lott, just to name a few. One hiccup at home stopped this team from being 19-0. Just like the next year, the 85 Bears went into Miami on Monday night, and Dan Marino got them as they finished 18-1 as well. A lot of arguments, A lot of teams. But pound for pound, what the Niners did in 1984 with Bill Walsh's offense after losing in the NFC Championship game by 3 to the Redskins the year before, hard to argue. The 84 San Francisco 49ers, the greatest team in NFL history. All right, free pick winner. The Washington Wizards cannot get out of their own way when it comes to covering the number. Not only are they 1-9 against the spread, their last 10 against the Eastern Conference. These guys are 2-13-1 against the spread, their last 16 on 2 days rest. Not enough. They're 3-13 against the number, their last 16 coming off an against the spread loss. And lastly, this team is 5-21 against the spread if their opponent scored 100 points in their previous game. As for the Sixers, they're rocking and rolling. This team is 10-2 against the spread. Their last 12 if their opponent scored less than 100 in their previous game. And let me tell you something else. In the series between these two, not only are the Sixers 6-2, their last 8 against the number, they're 28-13 overall, last 41 against the number against the Wizards. It all adds up to Philadelphia, plus the points, hanging around, making things difficult against the Wizards tonight. Free pick winner on Philadelphia. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. As always, I'm Brandon Lang. Win or lose, I'll be back with you on Thursday with another edition of My 2 Cents.